Previously on Kyle XY.
You're both blue.
Yeah, we'd be a very effective tag team.
You would. Do you know who that guy is?
Not off the top of my head.
I know who he is.
Who is he?
Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel, former coach of the Indiana Pacers. It's an interesting perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CasualHeroes.com YouTube part 2. Old guy. No, wait. This would technically be part 3 because we.
Oh yeah. Part 3.
Part 3 for Old Guy Old Games, but part 2 in a series on wrestling games. That's Gavin. He's getting ready to pray.
We got to pray just to make it today. I said
I'm going to play pro wrestling from NES. Now, you saw us play tag team wrestling. That will give you a much better appreciation for pro wrestling because they were released in the same year. Now, this one is not a licensed game. This one was developed and published by Nintendo. So it's not Data East and then licensed by Nintendo. This is the real deal. But before we get into pro wrestling, we're going to do a little giveaway.
Oh, giveaway. My virginity. Wait, sorry.
No, that's illegal. The New York Times bestseller, Hitman. This is the autobiography of Bret Hart. Now, it is a substantial wrestling book. Not counting the index, it comes in at about 550 pages for the paperback edition. Depending on your opinion of Bret Hart, this is either the gospel truth about the world of professional wrestling, or it is just as much fiction and made up as the game we are about to play. However, whichever way you take Bret Hart's book and his perspective on his career, and certainly several people have commented on it. I think most recently Eric Bischoff's podcast, 83 Weeks, did a fairly lengthy show about Bret Hart during his time in WCW, and Bischoff's perspective on it was very different than Bret's, to say the least. But if you like this video, share this video from our Facebook page. Leave us a comment underneath that lets us know who your favorite character from the original pro wrestling games happens to be. We'll do a random drawing. We'll get in touch with you if you win. We'll get your address. We'll send the book out to you. And whatever you want to do with it, it's entirely up to you. If you want to give it away, if you want to read it, if you want to use it to start a fire, if you want to throw it at Bret at an autograph signing, don't do that. He's had a lot of concussions. Traumatic brain injuries are not funny except when they are.
I had some of those.
Yep, see? Not funny except when they are. So, like, share, leave us a comment with who your favorite character from the pro wrestling game in 1986 NES release is, and somebody will get a Bret Hart book whether they want it or not.
Sounds good. All right.
You're going to have to reset this again.
No, I got to click on the window.
I'll click on the window then. There we go. All right, so...
oh my goodness, this has Starman. I remember this game.
Chris is excited. So, this game is...
the best game ever.
Well, I don't know about the best game ever, but...
be Starman.
Go ahead and get us out of the window there.
Okay.
Because while this game doesn't use actual wrestlers like that Japanese monstrosity that we just played, Superstar Pro Wrestling,
right.
It does use guys that are sort of analogies or analogs for actual professional wrestlers.
Sting.
No. Fighter Hayabusa, being the Japanese legend on the game, very likely somewhat representative of Antonio Inoki, especially given that his finisher is the back brain kick, that thing that we did in the last game where it looked like the guy's head exploded.
I like that kick.
Yep. Then you have Starman, being the masked luchador, most likely a representation of Mil Mascaras.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got all kinds of stuff going on that I can't change. King Corn Karn, it confuses me. I don't understand why they would choose this person. But there was a heel in the 70s and 80s by the name of Killer Khan. that looked almost exactly like this, and the name is similar-ish, but he's also by far the worst character on the game.
Kind of like Killer Croc.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Then we have Giant Panther.
Ric Flair.
No.
Oh.
Giant Panther is, in terms of...
Steve Austin.
No.
Stunning Steve Austin.
No. This is long before him. In terms of appearance, probably a little Hulk Hogan-ish, because Hulk had the bright orange tan and the blonde hair. I also believe in the instruction manual, if you looked at the stats for the wrestlers, I think Giant Panther was 6'6" and 300 pounds, which Hulk was typically billed at 6'8", 302. So, in looks, very Hulk Hogan-ish, but his special move on here was the Iron Claw, which immediately brings up the Von Erich family. And Kerry was by far the most marketable of the Von Erich family, so yeah, possibly...
How many of them are alive?
One.
Okay.
Yeah, sad story.
Very sad.
Then you have the Amazon.
The Amazon. I don't have a reference.
Okay. The Amazon, you might notice on here, looks a lot like Abdullah the Butcher did on Superstar Pro Wrestling. Again, probably somewhat modeled after him because his special moves are just choking and biting people. And Abdullah was known primarily for just being violent and not really wrestling. And then finally, you've got King Slender, who visually is Ric Flair. Blonde hair, fair-skinned. He is the champion on the game for the initial circuit. But again, you've got a little bit of a difference with the moveset in that his special move is a backbreaker, which in 1986, 1987 sort of drew comparisons to Lex Luger. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
You.
Starman?
Well, I'm just saying, you didn't go over Starman.
Yeah, it is. He's Mills Mascaras, the Mexican legend. Probably the most famous Mexican wrestler in the world at that point.
I either had a stroke
Possible.
or blacked out.
Possible.
But you did not say that.
I certainly did.
Okay.
So here, he was almost a cheat code, in that you could just bounce back and forth off the ropes with Starman, and at some point the wrestlers would get wise and not really want to stand in front of you, but they would always come back. And really, if you had Starman, this was all you had to do to win matches. Now, that's not all we're going to do. We're going to do some backdrops. We're going to pick him up. We're going to do some... Oh no, we're going to get kicked in the face.
You ain't gonna do anything, bro.
We're going to get body slammed by Fighter Hayabusa.
You might want to go back to that rope thing.
No, man, we're just messing around here. You see, he's going to try to pile drive me, and he can't. But I can do a brain buster.
Boy, they really made them look like that you broke their neck.
And there's the spinning wheel kick.
I remember the spinning wheel
Yep.
kick. Oh, that should have been it.
We'll go for the pin here. 2, 3, got him.
Why are the commentators so mad?
I honestly don't know. But a winner is me. Now it's time for Ken Corn Karn, who sucks.
Yeah, he does.
Ken Corn Karn sucks. He looks like garbage. And he just got punched in the face.
Does that say VWA?
Yes, Video Wrestling Association.
Ah, okay.
Not really creative with the names for stuff back then.
They want you to go fight.
Go fight. Go,
Go
fight.
fight. Twice.
Oh, I got back dropped. I returned the favor.
Oh, you're going up top. Oh, double knees to the chest.
Would probably kill a man. There's a body
Would
slam.
probably like snap your meniscus, maybe your ACL, your MCL.
I was thinking more of just caving in a chest cavity.
I mean, yeah, but you're going to hit like ribs on that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's going to tear up your knees. So you got to be careful.
And
Oh, you threw him outside. Go for it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
I
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
don't know how to do that. We'll work our way back to it.
Oh.
Well, we just slammed into him, but I'm still in better shape. Now, I remember one of my OCD things as a kid. I would always just be adamant that the pinfall had to take place on top of the logo in the middle of the ring.
Why?
I was a weird kid, man. Look, he's dead.
Do it, do it, do it. Here we go. Oh, no. Do it, do it. Oh, yeah. He's dead.
He is dead.
How's he up?
Well, because he's a Mongolian superstar.
Once again, it was a 20 count, wasn't it?
Yep.
It's really weird.
Very strange.
That's the ropes.
Dropped him on the back of the head. No rope breaks on here.
That's GG, folks.
No rope breaks on here. Now, I'll be honest. Even though Starman is probably the cheapest character and the easiest...
Why does his star disappear when he does that?
That's magic.
Okay.
Probably the easiest character to use on here. He's almost a cheat code.
Right.
But he was not my favorite guy to use. I liked Giant Panther. You can see there he's starting to get a little smarter, starting to back away from me.
And then he became an idiot again.
Yep.
And again. Boy, that cameraman is actually pretty good.
He's working hard. He would get the Adam Pearce seal of approval on SmackDown.
Adam, hire this man. Whatever his name may be.
There's the headbutt.
I think that's Britt Vogel.
No.
The cameraman? That's Frank's cousin.
I think we've gone as far as we can with the Vogels. Until you get Frank to tweet.
I'm calling him. Oh, the flip back. You never see anybody do that anymore.
Not very often, no.
Probably have to be kind of athletic to do that.
Which is why we don't do it.
I mean, I could do it, but I just choose not to. Man,
Alright,
you
Giant
are
Panther's
rolling.
dead. I actually played this game a lot. This game was a lot like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, only I never beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Or I never beat Pro Wrestling. I never beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out here. I beat it at home when I was a kid. Like, growing up, I beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. But never beat Pro Wrestling growing up, ever.
Why?
I just couldn't. It's startling how bad the graphics look.
It's, I mean, for that time, what was this, 86? 86?
I mean, they're not terrible for the time. It's just, you go back and you're like, eek.
Dude, that was over 20 years ago.
I know.
That was over 30 years ago. Wow.
How you feel about that?
I just had a
You had a
revelation.
You had a moment there?
I did.
Alright. Amazon down.
Rank number 1.
Alright, title match coming up.
So
King
you
Slater.
never beat this dude?
I beat this dude. This isn't the boss.
Oh. Boom. Take that. Oh. Boom. Take that. Oh, wow.
I like the long distance ones.
Yeah, because like you're jumping like a good 5 feet away on those.
Too far.
Too far.
Oh, there's the big
clothesline.
lariat. Yep.
To the outside. Go for it. Here we go. Oh, my. Do it again. No. Don't let him do that to you. You do it to him. Someone call SVU.
Slung him into the ring post. Going for the count out. 19. Oh. See, he's still putting up a fight. Let's see if the Tiger Wall flips enough to get the pin here.
Nope.
Let's see if dropping him on his head's enough.
You would think it would be. It is.
It is enough.
It is. Definitely is.
And Miller, if you're out there,
we don't have the camera on. Right?
well, turn the camera on real quick.
Okay.
I need to shout out my friend Miller here.
Okay.
Miller, if you're out there, you have to show up at the house to drink this Coke with me. It's the rules. It's not an option. I have to share this Coke with you, or I'm not allowed to drink Coke anymore. So, Miller, wherever you are, join us.
Congratulations, you are VWA champion. Let's defend the title, Gavin.
Let's do it. You're going to have to click on the window again.
It's a good point. And boop.
We're back to this guy. Now, really, the only other thing we do is we go through the same people.
Uh-huh.
You got to get 10 defenses in. Then you face the Great Puma.
Uh-huh.
And you lose, and that's pretty much it. You got to start over.
So, in other words, I should just make a montage of you beating the people?
Yeah, I mean, you can probably do that, yeah.
Gotcha. Especially if you gotta do this 10 times. Because, I'll be honest, I feel like I've pointed out everything I can about this game.
Pretty much.
So...
the difficulty does increase significantly.
Right. Oh. That was into the metal things. That was into the ring. No, you come back here. Man, you tossed that dude. Wow. Oh no. No, you can get him. Yes. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. 17, 18, 19. He's out.
That's it. He's dead. I killed a man.
What music would you like behind your montage?
Maybe since we're using Starman, we can use the
Starboy?
No.
Okay.
No, the old AJ Styles TNA theme, Get Ready to Fly.
I get ready to fly.
Get ready to fly. The path been paid for. That's why he get up top, like he belong there. And when he taking off, it's like he on air. Trying to hide down, like the birds do. It's all over with style, just flying over you. Don't forget the name, Gamers here's the claim. Put your DNA, we about to change the thing. Everybody get ready to fly. To the top, let's go. Of a paper, a bit of the pattern for these. Release pictures of puzzle pieces, sliding to the bleachers, reaches insurmountable eyes. Remember who will save us from the bullets we dodged. Some hit us in line. No God, I see the people staring all eyes. Like around the image scrimmage, and I beat the facade. Now I'm flying hard, AJ, aka Lionheart. Flying hard, no denying, finish where my mind starts. Everybody get ready to fly.
So at some point, we're going to go back in. I'm actually going to beat Pro Wrestling by hook or by crook. We may use a Game Genie, or we may just flat out cheat, because it's one of those things that's always haunted me. I was never able to beat that game as a kid. Still not able to beat it, clearly. But before we get into our feature attraction for this series, even though it's not last, this is our feature attraction because it was requested by our friend Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce, 5-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. You can still occasionally catch him on WWE programming. He is a producer for them. He is an agent. And you've seen him in the ring when Kevin Owens attacked Vince McMahon. You've seen him breaking up fights. He is the bald-headed, goateed, suit-wearing, very handsome individual that pops up from time to time. But in honor of Adam requesting this game and us playing this game, I want to show off maybe my favorite piece of memorabilia, wrestling-related or otherwise, that I own. It is a replica.
Boy,
there's the glare. Let's see. That's which way. There we go. That's where we need to move it. This is a replica of the original 10 pounds of gold that the NWA used for their World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this was present throughout the territory system of the 70s and 80s. It was held by men like Harley Race, Terry Funk, Dory Funk, the Briscoes, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Giant Baba, Tommy Rich. But not just the fact that this is a replica title. That's not what makes this so cool for me. What makes this so cool for me is that as the years went on, NWA went through several different variations. They split from WCW for a while. They established their own network of territories once again. They were partnered with TNA. They split from TNA. But the NWA still endures. There's still an NWA champion out there, and they still use a belt that looks like this. Now, what makes this so special and so important to me is as we turn it around, you're going to see some names written on the back of the belt. Now, right here in the middle of the straps, I don't know how well you can see that, but that is good. Colt Cabana. He was part of the 7 Levels of Hate feud with Adam Pearce.
You know what I'm going to do here, Gavin?
What are you going to do?
I am going to take and stretch this up.
There you go. Make it a little bit easier.
There you go.
Now, in addition to Colt Cabana, you see the aforementioned AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, current WWE champion, present on the SmackDown brand, makes some appearances on Raw. For my money, probably the best wrestler in the world for the last decade or so. As we open the belt up, we see 8 times NWA Heavyweight Champion Harley Race. Incredibly proud to have that signature on the belt. And then we also have 5-time NWA champ, that is Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. As we open the belt up, we see some more names. We see the franchise Shane Douglas over here in gold, most notably associated with the NWA title for throwing it down when he founded ECW. Over here with my other hand, you see Ric Flair, 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Held this belt early in his NWA career before Big Gold was introduced. Over here in the middle of the belt, you see Iron Man Rob Conway's signature. He's one of the more recent NWA World Heavyweight Champions. And then up there at the top middle, that's Tommy Wildfire Rich. He held the title for 4 days, winning it from Harley Race and immediately losing it back to him. But Tommy Rich, in the early 80s, was a heartthrob. He was basically the southern version of Shawn Michaels 30 years ago. Now, certainly not the worker that Shawn Michaels was, but he drew crowds, he got a lot of attention, sold a lot of merchandise, and does have an NWA World Heavyweight title reign to his credit. Now, my goal is to get a few more signatures on this belt before people are no longer able to sign it. What is significant about all of the signatures on this belt is they have actually held this belt in an official capacity.
1 second. Hold on.
No. That's not official. You did not win or lose it in the ring.
Okay.
But in honor of Adam Pearce requesting a World Championship Wrestling playthrough on the show here, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to show this off again, something that I'm very proud of, very happy to own. We've got a couple more pieces of memorabilia that we'll show you throughout the other parts of this series, but for now, 10 pounds of gold, NWA World Heavyweight Championship. The Globed Dome version is what this is referred to among belt collectors. But that's enough of my stuff. Let's get into some World Championship Wrestling for NES. There's Beaker.
There's Beaker.
I wonder how Jim Henson feels about us using Beaker.
He's dead. It's 115.
Okay. So we've got WCW. I was always a little confused by the L.
It's an arm.
In theory, it is. It looks like it's full of cancer. See?
No, it's definitely an arm.
And we're not going to put in a password. So we got Ric Flair, Lex Luger, Mike Rotunda, Kevin Sullivan, Sting, Rick Steiner, Ricky Steamboat, Hawk Warrior, Animal Warrior, Steve Dr. Death Williams, Eddie Gilbert, and Michael Hayes.
Where's the other Steiner?
He's not there yet. Scotty hadn't shown up yet. I think at the point this game was made, Scotty was still probably wrestling in Continental Wrestling Alliance down in Tennessee. Okay, so we're going to use the cranium kick, we're going to use the pile driver, we're going to use the double arm suplex, and the one-handed backbreaker. And there's Michael P.S. Hayes, one of the Freebirds. I remember being a kid, and because I was such a huge wrestling nerd, it bothered me that the outfits, the wrestlers' gear, were not accurate to what we saw on screen. Still don't know how to pick anybody up. Although I think I figured out the striking initiative on here.
Oh. That's a plus.
You need to be slightly higher on the screen than your opponent.
Okay.
Let's test that theory out. Yep. See, I was a little bit higher when he came up.
Oh, he's dead. You
think
just
so?
killed Rick Steiner.
1.7. He's a long way from dead. Yeah, that's definitely working, is being a little higher on the screen to get that advantage in the strikes.
Why don't you pick him up?
Don't know how.
I know. I just wanted to bring it up again.
Yeah, don't have any idea how to do that.
Is Frank Vogel in this game?
Yes.
Does Rick bark in this game?
I don't think anybody made any real noises on these games.
Was Rick barking at this time in his career?
Yes. Because at this point in his career, he was either in the varsity club or he had just split from the varsity club, managed by Kevin Sullivan. It was a group of wrestlers that had legitimate amateur backgrounds. Rick being from the University of Michigan. He was the dog-faced gremlin, and he would bark before matches. Pretty much. He never did that.
He never barked that way?
No, he never performed a spinning wheel kick.
Oh, okay.
Rick's making it tough on Michael Hayes.
Oh, my.
It's a nice first matchup here between Rick and Michael Hayes because... Oh, we're going to go for the pin after that one. Because the Freebirds and the Steiners would feud over the WCW World Tag Team Championships on more than one occasion. And it always made me really upset when the Freebirds won because I was a huge Steiner Brothers fan.
Were you now? Good job.
That was a very aggressive 3.
That was. Yeah!
Now, I wish Bad Street USA would play here. So now we've started World Championship Wrestling. We're going to play around with this a little bit. We're going to use a bunch of different guys on here. We're going to give this one a lot of attention since it was requested. So, as we close this out, don't forget the Bret Hart book is still up for grabs. Like, share, comment who your favorite character from pro wrestling was. And we'll be back with part 3 where we spend a lot of time playing World Championship Wrestling.
Yay, I'm excited.